It was the first time, this is the first opportunity that we have had to have proper professional auditing and accountancy standards applied to the House of Commons accounts by the NAO from outside independently, and plainly they do not stack up to scrutiny. We're talking about fairly large sums here that the Auditor General is quite simply refusing to sign off. You're talking about particularly, I think that we should ignore in effect the £1.8 million where individuals were under police investigation, so it was decided that he would not look into that because it could conceivably prejudice or compromise those investigations. They needed to let the police do their job first of all. Another £0.8 million where they have looked into it very exhaustively but could not come up with adequate explanations for the expenditure. And my understanding is that actually the House of Commons authorities are now going to seek to get back £33,000 of that sum from MPs. They will set out who those MPs are once they've been fully informed of that. But then the bigger sum is the 11.3 million. Now, a big chunk of that goes down to travel expenditure, where in essence the MPs authorised their own claims, and that is not good enough according to the NAO. Another chunk of it is down to the extremely controversial communications allowance, which has been comprehensively shaken up subsequently, but was viewed as basically a self-publicity, self-promotion material, and the NAO feels that it is not adequately satisfied that that expenditure was for, quote, parliamentary purposes. So there are big problems there. The hope is, and certainly the NAO feels, that IPSA should be trying to sort these things out, but it only takes going back a year, as you can see, 2009 to 2010, to see that there were very major issues that the House of Commons had still failed to address.
Where does that leave us?
Well, it leaves us with an impasse, basically. They've been negotiating, they've been going over all this for quite some time between the House of Commons Authority, the Members' Estimates Committee, which oversees all this, and the NAO on the other side. It's been basically, they've ended up in a situation where they have to agree to disagree. The NAO doesn't think that it's good enough, although it does acknowledge that when you look at the expenditure on things like travel, then actually MPs were operating within the rules as were set down in the Green Book at that time. It's just that plainly the rules, according to the NAO, do not stack up, are not sufficient in their view. So the hope would be that next year some of this gets sorted out, but I also think we should wait to see particularly what those sums are that do need to be recouped by the House of Commons authorities, and what it was precisely that the individual MPs involved chose to claim for that in retrospect even the Members' Estimates Committee believes they should not have done.